Okay, so there'll be session for questions. So you can write down your questions and then we'll answer them. Again, let's look at pathology versus physiology. So passive learning and active learning. So I talked about the fact that transferring information from your resources into your external database is a low value process. And then the high value process is moving information from the external to the internal database, right? Some of the passive things that most of us have done, and we are all culprits of that, I myself especially, is passive learning, which is basically rereading our notes for like the 10th time, highlighting, rewriting our notes, and all. These learning techniques give us the illusion of competence. They are not active learning techniques. We don't actually engage in the material. They don't actually lead to retention. That's we being able to keep the information and then retrieve that information to answer questions in exams or on the wards and all of that. So you find out that these learning techniques are passive. All right. We need to transfer or shift to more active learning techniques. All right. The two main ones are active recall and spaced repetition. So these active learning techniques allow you to actually engage with the material or the content, right? You are actually thinking, you're actually, deciding, taking decisions, thinking about the information, connecting the dots, seeing how, let's say, this topic or this concept connects to previous concepts, and trying to recall, trying to ask yourself questions, trying to see the why, trying to be able to retain that information. These are the active learning techniques. Most of the time, most people just rely on these passive techniques because they are very easy to do, right? It's very easy to just open the handbook and then just start copying the notes on fibroid directly from the handbook into your notes, right? You feel like you are doing work. You have this illusion of competence. You feel like you've done something. You can easily do it for 10 hours straight if you want to. All right. You feel like you are reading and you just highlight some important points and all of that. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself that was I able to retain the thing I was studying? Right? If I was studying fibroid, can I answer questions on it? Because the most important thing when it comes to studying isn't how long you study or how much you study. Is are you able to answer questions when you are tested? And so we need to shift from passive learning techniques